Yo, what's good out there? My name is Slim Dollars, representing Uptown. Y'all watching the B Shine. Check it out. I don't know. I grew up in the era like in Harlem where I was from. I'm from 143rd, 144th, like same area as Big L, Cameron, Mace, McGruff. So many Children of the Corn as a whole. I got to see all of that. Huddy Six, rest in peace. Like I got to see everybody. Like when I was growing up, I used to run around. We used to be little dirty kids in the park. Mason and them used to come through, buy sneakers for everybody at BJ Sneaker Store. Like like these are real things that I saw and I was like, wow. Like when Mace first got on, I remember him pulling up in the Champagne '96 Bubble X. Like just throwing parties for the kids, back to school shit. So like. I mean, when we grew up in Harlem, we got to see it up front, so it was like I knew it was something I wanted to do, but not even because of that, but just because I always loved music and growing up, like the biggest artists, like I remember Fugees came and shot a video on my block on 143rd, like that was crazy, like, and some of my friends was in it, fucking Prince Marky D and all of them, like just like people that people don't even really talk about, but we used to see it in New York because it was New York, and it was like. It was the scene for it, so we met like all the artists, the Fat Boys, all that. Like I ain't even all that old, but I remember being young, seeing them. Like my parents grew up with Teddy Riley and them, like so like I got to see that. Like like his brother actually Markel did my first song ever with me and ASAP Ferg actually. So that was that's like a bit of the history of how much we we've been from Harlem. But like Rex and Effects, Rum Shaker, they did like the first studio song me and ASAP Ferg ever did. So like that was like stuff like that. I remember I was like 11, 12 years old, and I was on 125th Street with my mom. And this was when Rough Riders was killing. Rough Riders was running everything. And like that's when they had all the big R chains and all that. And I don't remember who I bumped into, but it was like DOR. And I was with my mom, and I was like, I used to rap all the time. My mom used to be like, "Oh, put that book away, da da da. That's not school homework," And I remember we was walking down 25th, and we bumped into DNY or one of them from Rough Riders. Long story short, I saw the chain, so I'm like, "Ma, that's one of the owners of Rough Riders." I'm going crazy. So my mom's like, you writing raps all day, you busting raps all day, run down on him and rap. So we walked up to him like, I wanted to rap, and then he started talking to me, and I got nervous. And my mother was like, all he do is rap all day. I don't know why he can't rap now. And he told me, he was like, yo, one day one day you'll be comfortable and you'll do it and you'll be somebody. And I was like, not pissed off, but I was just like, damn, like he should just listen to me just cause. But, I ended up meeting him one day later on and telling him about that. And, he sought out after me years later. Like, this has probably happened when I was like 11, 12. Like, but when I was like around, a few years ago, I had bumped into him and, he probably didn't remember me as that kid. But it was just a crazy thing because, I remember being a kid telling him that and then meeting him later on. It let me know, like, damn, like, you could really manifest anything. So, long story short, for one, like, I stopped running the streets. I stopped selling drugs and stuff. I tried to get a job, like, and work and, like, stuff, but I couldn't do it. But one of the biggest things I did was I started, like, I started just connecting with people. I left Harlem. I stopped hanging out in Harlem. I stopped just going everywhere. Started traveling more. Started, making connections and, putting my brand out there more. And, I think one thing in the game in hip hop, people always looking for somebody to put them on. And my biggest thing was I put myself on. Like, and I'm adamant about that. And it's gotten me this far and it's getting me further. So, I didn't want to be anybody's coattail. I didn't want to be in anybody's camp or clique or whatever. So I started my own shit. And we started Tripset, me and my friends, we had blessings from all types of people. So, we want to do our own thing. We didn't want to, we knew how much of an impact you can make in the game if you do your own thing and make your own mark. So that's what we wanted to do to get on. We didn't really want to depend on people. My family didn't take it serious until they saw that I was making money off of it or something. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like I've been really working hard on putting myself out there for 4 or 5 years, but I ain't even start getting paid or booked or flown around for until the last year and a half. So it's like that's a testament of the grind, like my family didn't believe it, but then, I got certain things that let them know it was real. Like, I was able to connect with Sway and, work with them a little bit and talk to him and give him my vision. He brought me on his show. That helped out a lot. I developed Lit Fest, which put on 50 artists in New York City, and we, not just New York City artists, we had artists from Atlanta, California, Jersey, all over. But, I put together my own independent music festival, which it did really, really well, and we about to bring it back around. So those was like, I did an interview with Forbes magazine a few weeks ago, so people saw that and they were like, oh, he's like really, he's working, like, and it's not stuff that we just, putting out there on our own. It's other people taking a liking to it. So, and just so many other things. Like I've done campaigns with Rocksmith, I've done modeling campaigns with Rockaware, Billionaires Boys Club, Karma Loop, but a part of Some Dollars and Trips at brand is, you know, right now we just want to put on more and bring more of these brands and more of these dope companies and these dope entities to the upcoming, and not when they at 1 million views like myself. You know, I've been lucky to find people that before I'm hit my peak, they see what's going on and they want to deal with me. So we want to keep doing that. Sometimes I'm in another state by myself and I end up getting taken care of in ways I can't imagine, or just like fans, the way they talk to you or the way they speak to you, because I'm still at that stage where people might see me and go, oh, that's Slim, Some Dollars, and just walk by. But I'm also still at that stage where some people will walk up and go, yo, I really fuck with you. I believe in what you're doing. Yo, you know, it's like, it's at a humble stage still where people still want to help us get where we going, which is dope. Because usually when I meet people, they want to connect and they want to, you know, they see the grind and they like, yo, I see what y'all doing. I want to help you do this. I want to do that. So it's like, you know, we're not really getting too many vultures. We're getting like a lot of love right now. So that's one of the things I say is the best thing. Like, you know, it's like being a walking business card. Travel and to, I don't know, travel and to work with people and meet people that I've never dreamed of meeting, or I've dreamed of meeting them or knowing them, but I never did. And, you know, I've had an opportunity through music and what I'm doing to, you know, make friends with people I've never thought I'd meet. Like just the other day, Prodigy from Mobb Deep was looking for us, you know. Like, that's somebody, like, I look up to him, you know, and I wasn't in New York, but he invited me to his show to meet me, and I'm just like, the hell he want to meet me for? But I'm like, you know, that's dope. Like, I look up to those guys. Like, you know, I break bread, ribs, $100 bills, like, you know, so it's like stuff like that. It feels good because it's like, it lets you know, like, if someone who completed their journey and they still on it, if they looking for you and they checking for you, it's dope. Like, I've met countless people that I'm like, you know, early on, like they're supporting my career, like, you know, just that's just an amazing thing to see, you know. I want to be big. I want to, you know, I want to put on for people. I want to put people on. Like, you know, New York City's always complaining about how they don't stick together, how they don't work together, how they don't do this. I was watching this Big Daddy Kane interview, and, you know, and they was talking about how, you know, he brung Biz Markie to the label and got him signed, you know, or vice versa, one of those two. But, you know, basically they had those relationships back in the day where they knew, yo, rap took off, it's hot, they're going to pay for it. So, you know, their thing was, you know, let me put my mans on. So when one got a deal, they brung 3 more dudes in. So that's kind of like the thing I want to do when I get on. Like, I create that energy where in New York we not just, you know, going for self and just going, yo, let's do it like this. Like, you know, it's unity sound corny, but you need that to get on. Like, you know, I can name any entity that blew up, and I can attach to them the group that helped them also, that also, you know, they partnered and did that with. So, you know, nobody does it alone. Like, even when, you know, Rush Management was starting out Def Jam, they had artists that weren't even signed to them, and they were putting them together with Def Jam artists and making them all look good together, and that was unity. So, you know, I look at stuff like that, like the Crush Groove things, you know, all of that. So that's one of the things I want to be known for. I want to be known for, you know, using my power to not just, you know, fuck hoes and hang out and have fun. That shit ain't nothing. Like, I love the bitches. I love this weed smoke like everybody else do. I love to kick it, hang out. But, you know, I want to be known for doing business and putting people on and creating a culture and putting on, and not just, you know, maybe when I'm 100 and I die, you know, I get a street and, you know, and all my kids are, you know, my grandchildren to be good just because they related to me. So that's what it's about for me, you know, like, and I want the legacy. I don't want 2 years of hype.